Trinidad confirms more than 100 nationals involved in terrorist activities overseas. And in sport, a third loss in the regional Super 50 for Windward Islands Volcanoes. I'm Ricardo Roberts, and this is Caribbean in 10 for Wednesday, February 1. I'll be back with the details in just a moment.
Ciao, Bella! Grab your girlfriends because we're all heading to the Concord Experience for the Girlfriends Expo and Arts Festival to experience La Dolce Vita. Yes, the sweet life. It's wine, cheese, pasta, pizza, plus the flavor and culture of Italy, while exploring the many deals from our exciting exhibitors. Saturday, February 4th and Sunday, February 5th, check out the all-new Arts Village, specialty events, seminars, the charity brunch, and the Vagina Monologues. We can't forget the fashion show, live music, and more on the Neutrogena main stage. Get your early bird tickets now for only $20 from all TicketPal and Italia Coffee locations, or enjoy the all-inclusive VIP foodie experience for only $75. Art parties, rejuvenation, shopping, paparazzi, and good friends. It's Girlfriends Expo and Arts Festival, La Dolce Vita. Thanks to IGM, Purity Bakeries, Y103.3 FM, NCF, and Trident 10 TV.
The Trinidad and Tobago government has confirmed that more than 100 nationals are involved in terrorist activities overseas. National Security Minister Edmund Dillon made the disclosure in the Senate yesterday, a day after Prime Minister Dr. Keith Rowley dismissed statements on a U.S. television program about terror group ISIS having members in the Twin Islands Republic.
There are approximately 130 nationals who have left Trinidad and Tobago to be involved in terrorist activities in the countries apart away from Trinidad and Tobago.
That figure reflects approximately 70 adults and 58 family members, and the state, he says, is heavily dependent on foreign agencies to give an indication of how many nationals are engaged in terrorist activities.
People would leave Trinidad and Tobago, sometimes on a destination not mentioned. They may leave, for instance, Trinidad and Tobago to go to England, and may end up in Syria, so that their intended destination is sometimes not known to us.
The National Security Minister was responding to questions in the Senate when he was asked about the legitimacy of Nance's statement.
We were unable to say whether the correctness of Mr. Malcolm Nance's statement, for the mere reason that we do not have information on the 7 countries that he has compared Trinidad and Tobago with.
Over the weekend, the MSNBC contributor was discussing an executive order by U.S. President Donald Trump banning citizens from 7 countries, namely Syria, Iraq, Iran, Libya, Somalia, Sudan, and Yemen, when he said this.
We haven't banned terrorists from Brazil. ISIS has dozens of members from Brazil, or Trinidad, or the Bahamas, who have more terrorist members than any of those other countries.
In response, the Office of the Prime Minister and the Ministry of National Security issued statements. However, neither publicly called on Nance to apologize.
St. Kitts and Nevis' opposition leader Dr. Denzel Douglas says he fears the decision by U.S. President Donald Trump to ban nationals from 7 Muslim countries could have an effect on the island's tourism and education sectors. Trump last weekend announced a temporary ban on persons from Yemen, Iraq, Sudan, Syria, Somalia, Iran, and Libya entering the U.S. Speaking on his weekly radio program, Dr. Douglas questioned whether the Twin Island Federation, as well as the rest of the Caribbean, would eventually be affected, stressing that one of the important pillars of the St. Kitts and Nevis economy is tourism and hospitality services. Douglas said freedom of travel and freedom of movement into the country were therefore vital, as some people have to go through the U.S. to get to the island. He also noted that with several overseas medical schools based in St. Kitts and Nevis, he wanted to know what would be the status of overseas students who may have come from some of the countries affected by the ban. Meanwhile, Jamaican immigration attorney Wayne Golding says he does not believe the executive orders issued by President Trump will affect Jamaicans who go to the U.S. for work. There have been questions about the potential impact on people who participate in work and travel programs, as well as those in the seasonal work programs. Hundreds of Jamaicans participate in these programs each year. Golding says these people should not worry, but he says all immigrants should be prepared for additional screening when they travel to the U.S.
Just that they're going to be under closer scrutiny. Of course, when you're coming in, they're going to want to make sure that you're coming into work, that you are not going to stay here after your time is up, or you're going to run off a contract, stuff like that. So I would suggest that people who are coming in on those programs, especially now, they have all of their documentation ready to show and have all the questions in mind that they're going to be asked. So they can be very truthful and honest, and I really don't see it affecting our hotel workers in this way, unless you've traveled to any of these 7 countries. It might cast extra light on you.
There's a new man at the helm of the Barbados Defense Force. Chief of Defense Staff Colonel Alvin Quinton and his Deputy Commandant Erlington Sherland retired yesterday after 40 and 33 years of military service respectively. Their successors were welcomed at the symbolic change of command parade at the BDF headquarters. The new Chief of Staff, Colonel Glyn Granham, pledged to build on the work of his predecessors in running a united and professional force.
As the force stands in defense of Barbados' values and interests, protect her as part of a joint interagency partnership, and a leader within the regional security system and the wider Caribbean, we will, of necessity, have at times to put ourselves uncomfortably in harm's way to achieve what is best for Barbados. This is our professional calling. May we continue to exercise due care and safety from the many physical, spiritual, and moral perils, and continue to strive for excellence in all that we do.
You're watching Caribbean in 10. Stay with us. Your Midday Sport is next.
Straight out of the bodacious and beautiful culture of the Caribbean comes a music and talent competition like no other. Brace yourself for the exciting, entertaining, extraordinary, and new reality docuseries, Icon of the Islands. The story begins in the breathtaking backdrop of the U.S. Virgin Islands. Every year, this is where a wide and diverse range of contestants of all ages and backgrounds audition for a wildly popular and prominent local talent competition. And the ultimate goal for each contestant is to win.
I already have my favorites, but my favorites may not prevail tonight.
Some moments will bring performers to their knees, while some performances will bring fans to their feet. Get ready to see which star will be the last one shining in the spotlight as the stars align this season on Icon of the Islands.
Welcome back. It's now time for sport. Windward Islands Volcanoes further complicated their route to the semi-finals of the regional Super 50 when they crashed to their third loss of the tournament with a 4-wicket defeat to Kent Spitfires in Antigua last night. Sent in at the Coolidge Cricket Ground, Volcanoes did well to recover from 91 for 5 in the 27th over to reach 240 for 1 for 5 of their 50 overs in an innings marked by 2 rain interruptions. This recovery was due to Sunil Ambrose, who top scored with 50, his third half-century in 4 outings in the competition, and informal all-rounder Kyle Mayers, who made a vital unbeaten 37. Andre Fletcher chipped in with 33. Captain Leon Sebastian got in with 32, while former West Indies captain Darren Sammy stroked a breezy 22. Fast bowler Callum Haggett finished with 4 for 59, while left-arm spinner Imran Quayam weighed in with 3 for 42. And the Lights Kent then produced a steady performance to comfortably take the wicket haul with 23 balls remaining. That's Caribbean in 10. Good afternoon.